Mm. Okay. XSplit says that I'm live, but it doesn't look like I'm live on YouTube. It says stream health, no active stream. Okay, there's always something new that is a little bit confusing to me. This is a little bit confusing. I'm not sure you can see me or not. I will video as if I am live, but I can't see a chat box. Oh, view on watch page. Okay, so if I go back here, live, I'm going to mute myself. Okay, so I think I am good. Hello to my dear friends. This is Tamera Weeks with Tam's Daily Vlog, and I got on here real quick. I want to answer 10 questions that Tinks sent me. And he put them all right together, so I thought that I would sit down and make a video for you, Tink. Thank you very much for sending your questions. I have them on my phone, so I'm going to pull them up and I'm going to read them to you. First question is, why does Micah snort when she breathes? That's a great question. I'm not real sure why she does that. I know sometimes she snorts when she's laughing. She's just laughing so hard. I do that sometimes, so that's just something that happens. I don't know that I've noticed her really snorting just when she's doing normal breathing. I know sometimes she jumps up and down in her chair and she does like this heavy breathing. I'm not sure what that means. I've tried to watch her to see if I could really put something specific with that to be able to tell, okay, when she does that, this is what she means. It's like it means a little bit of anxiousness, but it doesn't necessarily mean that something's wrong from what I can see. So I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to. I don't know that I'm answering your question right, so you'll have to let me know. Question 2 is, why don't you put a special needs bib for her saliva? Because she always rubs it by her hands and you can see it on her clothes. That is also a great question. I love your questions and I appreciate them. Micah is a lot of times wet right here under her chin because she drips a lot and she does wipe her hand. We have tried different kinds of sock things or those sweatbands on her hand. They end up all getting lost. I will pull these out again and see if we can make these last a little bit longer, or just, buy 1,000 of them and lose them by the end of the year. I'm not sure. Okay, so a bib would be a good idea. I just don't like covering up her clothes with bibs. Most of the time, the wetness that she has from her saliva is not too big of a deal. She's not really getting wet from it, I don't think, because she's almost always has 2 layers of clothes on. So like right now I have a shirt, I have on a shirt and then I have on a sweater on top of it. So if this part was wet, then it might get on my skin, but most of the time she's got 2 layers on and it's not really getting next to her skin. It's just not that wet. Sometimes it is really wet. That is the reason that I don't. I know some people wear bandanas around their neck to catch saliva. I just don't have bandanas that match all of her clothes. So that's the reason why I haven't done more on that. But I'll start paying a little more attention. Maybe she's a little more wet than I'm really paying attention to, and maybe it doesn't look very good. And maybe it doesn't even feel good to Micah. Okay, question 3. Does Micah wear anything but skirts for how do you claim for a power chair? Oh, that's 2 questions. Does Micah wear anything but skirts? Micah does not wear anything but skirts. And that is because I always describe it like this. It's because of God, but without getting into that whole thing, the easiest way to explain it is that I feel like a girl when I wear a skirt. So I put a skirt on Micah so Micah can feel like a girl. That's the simplest way that I can present that. She looks like a girl, she feels like a girl, and so I always put a dress on her. The 4, how do you claim for a power chair? So to get Micah a power chair, which we are going to be getting her one, I have to go through her regular doctor, which would be her family doctor. So I go through the family doctor, and he writes a script for a new power chair. Then I have to have a letter written by Micah's physical therapist. And then I go through Rick, who does all of Micah's equipment. So if you've been watching me for a while, you've seen Rick on videos where he was fixing Micah's current power chair. He's replaced the battery, I think, 3 times. He's replaced the seat in the last few years, and he recently replaced the covers in the last year. So we've done a lot of overhauls on this chair that she currently has. So he takes the letter and he takes the script and he puts it all together and places the actual order with the power chair company that we use. And right now I don't know which power chair we're getting or where we're going to get it through or anything like that. I talked to Rick a couple of weeks ago, which reminds me I need to follow up. It is November the 10th, and we talked about getting he told me that there's going to be a live event where parents can come to, not just educators or teachers or therapists, but I could go actually look at wheelchairs. And I need to follow up with him because he didn't get back with me. He thought it was like early November, and we're in the middle of November, so I need to check on that. Number 5, I like to see Micah go shopping with her fantastic staff. She does go shopping sometimes with her day program, but I'm never around when they're out and about and they're doing things. And to go out and about with the day program, the staff, most of the staff doesn't mind if I put them on video, but I'd have to make sure that the staff was okay with being on video with Micah. And then I'm not sure how they go shopping. So let's say there's Micah and there's someone else that's walking. Micah's in the electric wheelchair, someone else is walking. Would I be able to video without getting the other person into the video? Because that's a big deal. I can't have any of their clients on video and put them onto YouTube because it's a privacy issue. But when I clarified that with you, you were actually asking me about Micah's CNAs going shopping with her. When the CNAs come to the house, it's always just staying at the house. I do take our CNA Deb with me to some of Micah's regular doctor appointments, which means the family doctor, and I've taken her to the dentist, and Micah has a dentist appointment coming up in December, so we'll be going to the dentist office. I'll be videoing that, and Deb will be going with me again. But they don't go shopping with Micah. They could, but I have to plan it ahead of time, and then I have to see which CNA is coming, because I wouldn't want just any CNA to go. It has to be the CNAs that I'm most comfortable with and that are most familiar with Micah, because it would just be the easiest to go with them. So we'd have to plan it ahead of time and decide, okay, what are we not going to do in this visit while you're here? And then what are you going to do while you're here? So like I was trying to think, if we did that, we could do it like on a Saturday afternoon between 2 and 4. You get here, you take her to the bathroom or run to the store. We could probably be in the store, you know, for about 45 minutes or so, and then we could come back. So I don't know, I'll give that some thought about taking Micah shopping sometime. But as it stands right now, Micah has never been shopping with any of her CNAs. Question number 6. Micah could get a bungalow of her own and her careers could live with her. When Micah was in high school, probably when she was in junior high school, I had to get Micah on a list. Let's see, when was this we got on the list? Maybe we actually got on the list when she was in high school, and then they updated it when she was in the 2-year transition program, which is after high school, goes right from high school. It's just like being in high school. It's just in a different building, and they call it a transition program because you can leave that program at any time, and you can go work a regular job. You can stay in the program for the whole 2 years and then go to a day program, which is what Micah did. So I had Micah on this list, but as time went on, Micah never indicated in any way, shape, or form that she was ready to go live on her own or be away from her family. And I think Micah would be very sad if she was out of her home and somewhere else. And I have had talks with her from time to time. And Micah is very happy here. Micah doesn't want to go anywhere else. And I kind of pay attention to her, you know, and watch her from time to time. And if I ever sent Micah out of this home, Micah would not get the care that she gets right now because there are a lot of details and I watch a lot of different things trying to make sure that Micah gets superior care. And she would not get the same care if she left the house. But if Micah wanted to go to a facility and live and have other people take care of her and the family just go visit her from time to time, I would totally put Micah into a facility like that because I want Micah to be able to make her own decisions and be as happy as she can be and live where Micah wants to live. But as it stands right now, Micah is very happy living here at the house and being with her family. And she wouldn't see everybody near as much if she left the house. Number 8. Who picks Micah's clothes? They're not like a 27-year-old woman would wear, more like in the 70s. So I don't know if you mean, now when I read that the first time, I laughed out loud. It was so funny to me. I know what you're saying. I don't know if you mean in the 1970s or if you mean she dresses like a 70-year-old woman. I'm not sure. Maybe you mean a little bit of both. I'm the one that picks her clothes out. Lauren helps me pick her clothes out. And then she gets some hand-me-downs. Micah she just turned 28, so she was probably 27 maybe when you wrote this. She just had a birthday on October 30th, 2016. Micah turned 28. I dress Micah modestly, so that's why she looks like she's not a typical 28-year-old. I also have to put Micah in clothes that I can throw in the wash and throw right in the dryer because CNAs wash her clothes. There can't be any special care with her clothes unless I'm going to do it. So that also limits my choices in what I can put on her. She would probably dress a little bit different if I could put some special care clothes on her, meaning that, you know, maybe they go in the washer but they don't go in the dryer, or, you know, they don't need to be washed with all the other clothes, things like that. Or if I didn't have to worry about them shrinking. So those kinds of things go into play when I'm talking about or when I'm purchasing Micah's clothes. And number 9, does Micah ever cry or get upset? Micah does cry and Micah does get upset. She doesn't generally cry tears. So if she's crying tears, it's a really, really big deal. Generally, when she's upset, she does yell. Sometimes if she's sitting at the table with her food, she'll move her dishes away from her. Sometimes they fall off the table. She will jump up and down in her chair. She sometimes still hollers when her brothers walk in the room. It's not too big of a deal most of the time. If it becomes a big deal, then we just take her to her room. If the weather's really good, we can sit her outside for a few minutes. We'll try to distract her, try to bring up something else that she enjoys. If we're on our way to church, we're still in the house. Hey, we're going to go see your favorite people. We're going to go sing for Jesus. You want to go to church and see all your friends. We'll try to distract her like that. So distraction first. The last resort is to put her outside in good weather or to put her in her room. And sometimes those things have to happen just because we can't bring Micah down. We can't settle her down. Or she'll settle down long enough to hear what we're saying, but then she's immediately escalated again. Number 10, why doesn't Micah have a tablet that what she press and it speaks for her? Okay, so Micah has a Dynavox. It's a dinosaur, really heavy. It's big and bulky. It's like a computer that she can talk on. She doesn't like to use it, so we don't use it. We're talking about getting her an iPad, so I'm working on trying to figure out how I can get one of those. And that will be easy to the touch, and it will be easy for her to use. So we're working on getting her that, and hopefully she will have one sometime in the next year. It looks like it's going to take a while to get it. I'm going to need a speech therapist probably in order to make this really happen correctly and get her the right thing. I'm sorry about your cat. We had one put to sleep called Smokey, and other Jerry, she was 18, died in her sleep. And I'm very sorry about you losing your cat, but that is a very nice way for your cat to go, is just to go to sleep. That's what we all wish we could do, huh? But unfortunately, we don't get to choose. Many thanks, love, Sammy and Tinkerbell, meow. Thank you very much, Tinks, for all of your questions. I hope I've answered them sufficiently. Ask me some more if I didn't answer them well. Let me see. I can't see if there's a... Oh, Christine. Hello, Christine. How are you? Okay, that was... She said, did you see about getting an iPad? Okay, that was a question I just answered. And I'm glad to see that somebody could see the live event. I don't know. Every time I get on here, it seems a little bit different. And that's why I'm not scheduling these live events yet, because I'm afraid if I schedule one, I'm going to have a problem and I can't get on. And getting on this time was different than getting on to other live events. So I probably won't schedule the next one either. I'll just hop on and see if we can make this happen. Hey, Melinda Hosking. Hi, Tamara. How are you today? I am doing well, and how are you? All is well over here. I did not get a video up yesterday. I don't know that I have a really good excuse. On Tuesday night, we had some company come over. We have some good friends that we've known for over 20 years since we moved to Nebraska. We knew Nate before he got married, and me and Nate used to teach Sunday school together. And then he met this lovely girl, and they got married. And then they moved off to Hawaii. So they were in town. They have family here. And we had them over for dinner. And that was also election night. And I stayed up really, really late. I wanted to hear and be involved with, this is your new president. But I didn't stay up until 3 o'clock. So by the time Wednesday came, I don't know, I just couldn't seem to put, I looked for something that I already had filmed that I could put up, and it just didn't come together. Let's see. Vanessa Rosales, have you looked into the Creed Foundation? I clicked on that link that you sent me, and it said it's a broken link. So I haven't been able to find anything on the Creed Foundation. And Melinda says, I am well. This coming Monday marks 1 year that my boyfriend and I have been together. Congratulations. That's a very long time. So are you guys planning to get married? That would be really cool. So does anybody else have any questions here at the end? I just wanted to hop on and make a video real fast to answer Tink's questions that he had. And in case you don't know, there's about a 20-second lag between me talking, you hearing it, and you writing and me seeing it. So we've got a lot of different lags, but they're about 20 seconds, I think. Melinda says, thank you. We are planning to get married, not sure when. Well, congratulations. Vanessa Rosales, have you looked on Facebook? I don't remember if I looked on Facebook. Maybe I didn't. I can't remember if I looked on there for, you're talking about the Creed. She's talking about the Creed Foundation. Did I go on Facebook and look up Creed Foundation? And I don't remember if I did or not, and maybe I didn't. I can go on there and take a look. Last night, Bronson went to one of our local hotels. He's in the ROTC, and they passed out flags. They had some kind of a dinner for the they're vets, but what's the longer way to say that? Anyway, our vets were there, and they had a special dinner, and our congressman, Don Bacon, was there, and he spoke. I waited for like 45 minutes for Bronson, and he said Don Bacon had a lot to say. And then he said they sang some patriotic songs, and he had a really good time. Vanessa says, for the device, you can contact Dynavox directly. They're having a trade-up event. Oh, okay. Now, are you the one that was telling me about the app? You get the Dynavox directly, but then you get the iPad app on there? I really didn't understand exactly. If you're the one that was telling me that before, I didn't understand exactly what you were saying. But I can contact Dynavox and see what they say, what they're doing with their trade-up event. There's just got to be something better. Okay, it was you. Okay, thank you. There's got to be something better than what they currently have going on. But maybe they have something a lot easier now. Micah's current Dynavox is probably, it's over 5 years old. And I don't know how often they update those and try to make them better. But she's never had one that was very interesting. Does anybody else have anything happening or going on? This is Thursday. Tomorrow night, me and William are going to a leadership dinner at our church, and then we have from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, we have it's our annual leadership meeting where we'll talk about everything going on with church. Vanessa says, look at Toby Dynavox on Facebook. Okay, all right. I'm going to look this up. Okay, Toby Dynavox on Facebook. Okay, and then I'll look up the Creed Foundation on Facebook. Okay, perfect. I will do that. All right, well, thank you so much for being here, guys. Like their page, they are always updating. Okay, thank you, Vanessa. I will go in there and do that. All right, well, you guys take care, and I will see you very soon. And this live event will be going onto my page today as today's video. It'll just have to upload and process, and then it'll be live. So you guys have a great, beautiful day. I will look to the hills from whence cometh my help. For my help cometh from the Lord, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.